What's up, everyone? This is Chris Hudson, and you're watching BGX Talks. So I started Life's Journey maybe about 8 years ago. It was a concept that I've always kind of developed. I love fashion. I've always loved to inspire people. So I kind of took the two and merged them together. So it's been about an 8-year journey since I had the brand, eight to 9 years.
So where did you actually get the name from? Does it speak for itself, Life's Journey, or is there a deeper meaning?
Yeah, so honestly, I'm a man of faith. So I just remember just praying, just kind of asking God, what is my purpose on earth? And like I said, I've always kind of loved fashion, and just through constant prayer and just seeking God, you know, I was blessed to find the name Life's Journey. It kind of happened sporadically. Just one night, I just remember just going to bed, and I just remember hearing the name Life's. So I got up, I wrote it down, and then like a week and a half later after that, I just remember hearing Journey, and just kept saying Journey. So I remember like writing it down, and then maybe a couple hours after that, it was just like Life's Journey. It was it. I woke up out of my sleep, I wrote it down, and that was kind of like history from there, you know?
And so you said you started it 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Throughout your life, did you always want to be like a designer? Or?
I think, honestly, I think it was more of inspiring people. Like, to me, fashion is cool, but I had a heart to help people kind of discover their purpose on earth. So I was very shy, you know. I stayed to myself, so I was trying to find like different ways to kind of connect and reach people, since I wasn't like openly in their face. So I was like, you know, why not create a clothing brand? Like I said, I've always loved fashion, so then that's when I started doing the t-shirts. I'll put positive slogans on the t-shirts: believe, pursue, inspire, think old, retire young. Just different slogans that would kind of reach people and then speak to them without physically talking to them directly. So that's kind of how that came about.
What would you call your type of fashion or your type of style?
You know, I think Life's Journey is I mean, if you want to go casual, if you want to, have a dress down day, if you want to look stylish and still, be a walking billboard representing something that is just more than fashion, then I think we're the brand, a brand that is just much more than just clothing, and what I realized too is just finding different ways to kind of make the brand still pop out would be like less minimum. So yeah, I mean, I would just say like just more of a brand that is going to make you think, but also, it's a stylish brand as well.
All right, so as a child, what did inspire you?
Family. I would say family. Family inspired me early on. Around the age of 11, my dad started his cleaning service. So I would work with him from as soon as I get out of school. I'll work with him up until 8 p.m. The weekends I would work with him, and I just remember just seeing him working hard. My mom's working hard, and I was just inspired by family. To want more out of life, to do more out of life. And it really stuck with me at an early age, and I think that's why I've accomplished what I've accomplished now, because that is my why. That's what wakes me up in the morning to do more, to strive more. So family is definitely like a huge key of my inspiration.
So when you started Life's Journey, like how was it being in Lexington when you first started out? Was it hard? Was it a struggle? Or?
Yeah, so I live by the quote, man, it's hard to become what you don't see. So at that time, I don't remember anybody having a brand in Lexington, Kentucky. So I had to kind of like reach out to other resources. And like I said, coming from here, nobody really had a clothing brand. So it's like, okay, what do I do? How do I get it started? Where do I go at from here? So I got on MySpace. Not sure if you're familiar with MySpace, but I started reaching out to different people on MySpace, and I ended up coming across this graphic designer. And then he had a clothing brand. He was based out of Houston, Texas. His name was Carl Wesley. And I just remember just sending him messages, talking to him, telling him I want to start my brand. I seen he had a successful brand, and we just kind of built a relationship from there. Of course, he didn't give me everything, but he gave me just enough to like inspire me to kind of really create my own. So at that time, even in Lexington, it was difficult getting the brand out at first, because like I said, you didn't really have anyone having a clothing brand. So a lot of people was like laughing at it. A lot of people didn't take it seriously. but I just stuck to my craft. And when I got one sale, I would make sure that I wasn't just selling them a t-shirt or a product, like I was building a relationship with them. And then over time it started growing, you know, and next thing I know, I have so many different relationships with people all over the city. They kind of helped me, you know, grow the brand. Because there is a stigma on Lexington that people don't support. And I think if you create something that's good enough and is great enough, then people is going to support it. You just got to know exactly who your target audience is. And I think once you key in on that, then I think that's where the support will come in at.
So where did the idea for the move to California?
Yeah, so I was living in Lexington, then I relocated to Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for about 4 years. I still have my place of residence there. So I went to Atlanta. I knew that Atlanta would be more of a central hub because you had a lot of influential people coming in and out of the city. So I thought it would be good for me to kind of go tap into Atlanta, kind of spread the brand a little bit, and then kind of, you know, go from there. So I never initially thought I would be living in California. It just kind of came about once I started building and growing the brand in Atlanta. It was like, okay, I want to learn more. I'm eager to learn more. I want to know more. I want to know how these big brands are like building their brands. What are they doing differently? What can I learn from them? What can I study from them? So my cousin at the time, she's been living out in LA for 9 years, and I remember going to see her back in 2015 for like a month. And I remember just loving it out there. I put in my 2 weeks notice with my job, and I moved out to LA. So it's been, it'll be a year in September. It's been a crazy learning experience. Just seeing the different brands out there and how they kind of target to their audience, and just the whole like logistics of everything from top to bottom, like just how things work. I've learned so much that if I didn't make that move, I don't think I would be where I'm at today per se. So because of the knowledge and the information that I've actually gained from like studying under people that's been in the industry for 20 plus years, going to these random pop-up shops with these different brands, going to like Supreme and seeing like every Thursday how they have like a line outside the door, 500 plus people, you know, and this is not just on a Thursday, but this is, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, consistency. And it's like, you know, for me, it's like, how can I build my brand to that level? Like, what are they doing differently, like, that I'm not doing? So it's good to be around that type of energy because it enables you to figure out what you can improve on, you know, per se. So it's been a good move. So yeah, I'm excited.
And so now you do your own pop-up shops now.
Yeah, so I started the pop-up movement about 2 years ago. I have a nice following in a lot of different places. We did Alabama, we did Atlanta, Louisville, Cincinnati. Where else did I go? I'm trying to think. Of course, we did one here. I got Minnesota coming up. So now this year is just more focusing on like markets that I haven't tapped into. So I kicked it off in Cincinnati, had a crazy turnout, like more than what I expected. A lot of people kind of came out, they was purchasing a lot. And now we have like a presence within Cincinnati. And then we went to Charleston, West Virginia. Last week I just came back. So that's why I'm like dead tired right now, because I just got back in Sunday night. That was a 3-day weekend event, but I met so many new people, so many supporters. And it's crazy because I actually have an intern that's holding it down, Noah, out in Charleston or whatever. So he's kind of building the brand. And then we out in Lexington, of course, like the hometown always shows love. The first 2 days is crazy. I mean, we're out here in Fayetteville for the week, so I got that. And I fly back into California next week. I got a fashion show on the 18th. We got Atlanta on the 22nd, and then I just booked New York on the 6th of October. And then the 13th, I'm going up to Milwaukee, and then we're going to end it in California. So, yeah. So it's been a grind, but you know, it all started from the back of my trunk in Lexington, Kentucky, and you know, I'm very proud, you know, to know that this came from really just came from a dream, you know. So I'm very proud to see how this started and where it's at now, and just in the future that it's going towards. So
Okay, so if you could give advice to anybody starting their own business and through your whole experience, what would you tell them?
yeah, I think rule number one and key number one, what I've learned is a lot of people that start businesses, they focus on following the money. They don't really focus on following their passion or following their purpose. So what happens is they start a business. Within 3 months, they may make some money, they may not make no money, but then they stop and then they go into the next business. So what I would say is rule number one is truly figure out what your purpose is and understand why you want to do what you want to do. Because if you don't know that, then you're just going to be just going from hustle to hustle to hustle to hustle to hustle. 1 minute you might start like a t-shirt, then you may do sunglasses, then you may start a marketing company, then you may do this, then you might do that. And you're all over the place and you're not making any progress. So rule number one is really understand your purpose. I say rule number two is figure out what value are you bringing to others. When I look at Life's Journey, I look at it as a brand that is not only a t-shirt brand, but it's something that's providing you motivation, it's giving you inspiration, it's giving you hope to like continue through your life journey, because no matter what background you come from, white, black, Asian, whatever it is, everybody has a story to tell and everybody has a journey. So you got to figure out what value are you bringing with your business and how it's bringing value to others. And then three, just understand, who your target is. Understand your market, how you're going to reach them, what are you going to do differently to reach them. Understand that you can't just drop something and just say that it's for everybody, because everybody's not going to like what you do. So you really want to understand exactly who you're targeting your brand to. And then number four, man, patience and perseverance. Like it's not going to happen overnight. If it does happen overnight, it's not going to last. And you got to just persevere and understand that life is a game of levels. So once you get to this level, you got to go to the next level. But if you don't like master the lesson or whatever it is it's trying to teach you at this level, then chances are you're going to get pulled back down and you're going to repeat the same cycle. So understand that whether it's tough times, good times, there's always something to learn within the levels of life, and just focus on mastering each one. So I would, that's like my pointers for, people that want to start a business. So.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Okay.
And what do you guys have a website? Like, what is that?
Yeah. What'd you say?
The website.
Website. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like. So the website is www.lifesjourneyclothing.com. You can find me on Instagram as well. Chris Hudson _JRNY. Also at Life's Journey CO. You can find us on Instagram as well. So. Special thank you to Nakia and Sierra for taking their time out. Love what you ladies are doing. Keep it up. And once again, thank you for tuning in to BGX Talks. Peace.